Hello everyone, welcome to Kumari's Kids channel. Today's story is going to be about I love my mummy. One morning, little dear didn't want to play in his garden anymore. I want to see new things, he told his mummy. Then let's go exploring, said mummy dear. This way, cried little dear excitedly. When little deer came to the stream, he slowly crossed the wobbly stones, watching the water as it trickled gently beside him. Don't get your feet wet, warned Mummy. I won't, said little deer as he wiggled and wobbled. On the other side of the stream, little deer squeezed through the tangly bushes. Don't get stuck, warned Mummy. I won't. Don't get stuck, warned Mummy. I won't. Hurry up, Mummy, said little deer. Look, a hill that goes up to the clouds. Little deer climbed all the way to the top, panting with each step. I can see forever, cried little deer, wobbling as he stood on tiptoes. Then suddenly, wee! Cried little deer as he slid down the other side of the hill into a meadow. Are you okay? Asked his mummy. Yes, giggled little deer. I'm okay. Little deer looked around the meadow. Mummy, he said anxiously. Which way is home? I'm lost. We'll soon find our way back, Mummy dear said soothingly. We just have to remember how we got here. Little deer thought and thought. At last he began to remember. He came over the hill, said little deer, and he scampered back up in the hill. I can see the way from here, little deer. And his mummy skidded down the other side of the hill. We squeezed through those tangling bushes, cried little deer, and they pushed through them. Which way now? Said mummy deer. Little deer heard the tingling sound of a stream. The wobbly stones cheered little deer. Don't get your feet wet, mummy. I won't, laughed Mummy dear. Little deer knew the way from here. He ran as fast as he could until he reached his garden. I love exploring, cried little deer happily, and I love my morning. Okay, this is the end of the I love Mummy story. I'm going to continue another story. Okay, this is another story. I'm going to continue. There's going to be two stories in this video. This story is about Thumbelina. There was once a poor woman who lived alone in a small cottage. She longed to have a child, so one day she visited a fairy to ask for her help. You are kind and a good woman, said the fairy, so I will give you this magic seed. Plant it, water it, and you will see what you will see. The woman thanked the fairy and did as she was told. Soon a flower bud appeared with glossy pink petals wrapped tightly around its center. What a beautiful flower you will be, smiled the woman. As she bent to kiss the flower, its petal unfolded and in the center was a beautiful girl, the size of a thumb. The woman was overjoyed. I will call you Thumbelina, she cried. And she laid her new child in a walnut shell bed with a rose petal quilt. Thumbelina and her mother were very happy. Then one day, while her mother was away, an ugly slimy tot crawled into the cottage and took Thumbelina while she slept. When she woke up, Thumbelina found herself on a lily pad in the middle of a stream, with two warty tots staring at her. This is your new wife, the mother tot told her warty son. But I don't want to marry a tot, Thumbelina sobbed. I just want to go home. You ungrateful girl, the mother tot scolded her. You'll stay here until you stop crying, and the two tots swam away. Thumbelina sobbed and sobbed until a fish took pity on her and nibbled through the lily pad stem. It floated free, and Thumbelina sailed away, gently floating downstream. At last she drifted to the river bank and climbed on to dry land. At that summer, Thumbelina lived in the countryside. She missed her mother terribly, but she busied herself making friends with the birds and small creatures she met. Then winter came. Thumbelina was cold and hungry. Luckily, a kindly field mouse invited her to stay with him in his burrow. She was so grateful that she said yes at once. Life underground was warm and snug, but Thumbelina missed the sunshine. And then Mouse friend Mole asked her to marry him. But I don't want to marry a mole, cried Thumbelina. You ungrateful girl, said the mouse. So Thumbelina sadly agreed to marry the mole, and a date was set for the following summer. Thumbelina was miserable. Then one day, as she walked through the underground tunnels, she found a swallow, almost dead with the cold. She hugged the bird against herself to warm him. He slowly opened his eyes. You have saved my life, said the swallow. Come with me to the south, to the land of sunshine and flowers. I cannot leave, Mouse, sighed Thumbelina. He has been so kind to me. Then I must go alone, said the swallow. But I will return next summer. Goodbye. Then he flew away. Finally, the day Thumbelina had been dreading arrived, the day she would marry Mole. As she waited for Mole to arrive, the swallow appeared again. Come with me now, she cried. This time Thumbelina said, I will. So Thumbelina flew away to the south with the swallow to a land full of flowers. As she bent to smell one except especially beautiful flower, the petals opened, and there in the center was a fairy prince, no bigger than a thumb, with butterfly wings. Will you be my wife? He asked at once. I will, cried Thumbelina. So Thumbelina married the fairy prince and became the queen of the flower fairies. She did not forget her dear mother and arranged her fairy messengers to deliver a letter to her with a bouquet of beautiful flowers. Thumbelina and handsome prince lived happily ever. This is the end of the Thumbelina story. I will see you guys in the next storytelling.